Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
I've said this since last July, coming out of the PTO, that it was going to be USC. Too many stars are aligned there. But the biggest one is LeBron isn't going to send his kid all the way to Columbus, Ohio, where he can't get out there. If he's in LA with the Lakers, he can't get there easy. Okay, because he's going to want to make sure that he can play with Bronny. He's said this over and over and over. He's not hiding from the fact that he wants to play with Bronny before he retires. He turns 40 in what would be Bronny's rookie year in the NBA. I don't think this is the right move for LeBron to put all this pressure on Bronny. I don't think he's a one and done, personally. I think he's going to be the third guard on the roster at USC. I mean, you're talking Isaiah Collier is a stud. To me, he's the best freshman in the country next year, talent-wise. Point guard, electric, tough, fast, all of it. Great kid from everything I've heard. Then you bring back Boogie Ellis. He's been there forever, in college forever. Started at Memphis. So Bronny going to USC is going to be a piece. But what Bron can do is he can walk in there to Andy Enfield's office any day he wants and try to control matters and make sure that Bronny's got the best shot of being able to move quickly to the NBA. Number two, I believe, and I should do my fact checking on this, but I believe one of Obama's daughters went to USC. So they are fully prepared to be able to handle somebody at USC of Bronny's, of what Bronny kind of is.
Like the attention that is going to come with.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane for people that don't know. Like, I'm at the McDonald's game a couple weeks ago in Houston, and all people wanted to do was get to Bronny. And years ago, when Imani Bates was the number one player in the country, and he had just been in Sports Illustrated. This was before the kind of fall of Imani. This was still when he was the number one player. He's playing on one court. Bronny's playing on the other court. Bronny at that point was like a top 100-ish player. The court with Bronny, you couldn't get a seat. It was standing room only. Couldn't get in the gym. The court with Imani, there were 1 million seats available. Bronny is takes it to a different level. I don't quite understand why. I mean, I do, but I don't. He's a really good player. He's a really good college player who I think, honestly, should be in college for 2, 3, maybe 4 years. I'm not sure this is, again, doing Bronny the best justice to push him along in a one-and-done type situation. I think it's obviously selfish for LeBron, and I get it. Listen, I want to work with Talia, my daughter, when she gets out of school. I understand it, but I also think you got to understand, hey, I got to do what's best for my kid here too.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree. It's going to be very interesting to see what role Bronny plays there, right? Because at his size,
he's going to be the third guard, Rob. He's going to be the third guard.
And here's the thing, like he's 6'3", 180, right? Like he's the size of kind of, let's be frank, smaller NBA point guards. Our partner for today's episode is Athletic Greens. I started taking AG1 during the college basketball season, and I loved the impact that it had on my energy levels. I'm a big coffee in the morning guy, but by the time that the afternoon would hit, I needed another boost. AG1 helped me tremendously, especially on those days when I didn't want to get up off the couch and go hit the gym. Their tagline is AG1 is comprehensive health and the power of habit in one. And man, that could not be more true. It's nearly impossible to eat and drink in a healthy manner in the month of February and the month of March when you are in my business. And AG1 was exactly the supplement that I needed to improve my gut health and cover my nutritional basis for the day. I've continued that into April. I've continued that into May, and I'm going to continue that the rest of the summer. All I have to do is mix a scoop of AG1 with some water or maybe add it into a smoothie, and I'm ready to go. Do it after lunch, and you'll be ready to go for the rest of the day. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/field68. That's field 68 FIELD, the number 6, the number 8, and you can get yours now. So check it out and help support this show. Thanks. Right? And he's going to USC to play on a team where you're playing with the number 1 point guard in the class and a guy in Boogie Ellis who needs the ball in his hands, who was, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, all Pac-12 last year, right? So, like, how I don't know.
Not beating out Collier or Boogie Ellis for minutes. He's not.
Yes. If he was,
if you're Andy Enfield, Rob, do you want Bronny James? That's my question to you. Do you want Bronny James? Because I've talked to other coaches that were in the recruitment to some degree, and I had at least one of them tell me, like, I don't want him. I don't want to deal with the circus and having to worry about playing him minutes when he's not quite good enough to play minutes.
Yeah, I have a pretty good idea who told you that, and two, I do want him, but I would want him with the understanding that, like, look, he might be a 6th man next year. Like, he might not start.
You got to tell him the truth. You got to tell LeBron and Bronny and I forget the mom's name. I forget her name now. But you got to tell them the truth coming in. If you're Andy Enfield, is, hey, listen, here's the deal. He is going to be our 3rd guard. We have the number 1 freshman in the country coming in. We have a veteran, and you win with veterans. He's probably going to play anywhere between 10 to 20 minutes a game. If you want him to come,
the only way I could see him starting is if at USC is if Collier is not quite ready to play.
Oh,
right
he's
away.
ready. He's ready.
Yeah, that's the only way I could see it.
He's super talented.
Yeah, but if Bronny was 6'6", it would be a very different conversation to me. But like he's a great kind of complimentary second guard, 3-and-D role player, knocks down shots, always in the right spot defensively, really good athlete, right? If he was 6'6", then he's a 3-and-D wing in the NBA.
Savannah, by the way, is LeBron's wife's name.
But he's not at 6'3", he's like a 3-and-D player in the Pac-12, which is not, I don't know. It is what it is.
Like, Bronny's really good. Like, he's really a good player who plays with poise, who does everything pretty well. I just don't know if he does one thing great.
He's the modern day tweener, right? Like he's an
combo guard. He's a combo guard.
But he's like an off guard through and through, a second guard through and through, but he's not quite big enough to do that at the NBA, and he's not quite good enough on the ball to be a point guard in the NBA. So we'll see what ends up happening. The one thing that I will say is that if he needs to get coached up or trained up or developed into a point guard, like, I don't think there's anyone better for him to learn from than the guy that is his father. So let's talk about
learning from his father. I mean, he's always with his dad. So it's not like, all right, you're going to go to the NBA. You're going to be around your dad. That's great. You're going to be on the bench. Like, he's been learning the same shit from his dad, maybe not sitting on the bench, and really, like, to me, he should be in the G League his first year, not sitting on the bench watching. He's done that. He's watched his dad. He's watched NBA games. He's watched practices. He needs to play.
Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.